part 2 would have Naruto was neglected by his family. So last time we left off was Naruto and Fu getting the tuning vest. So they were about to leave the hidden leaf, and then Minato and Kushina were waiting there for him. And then when he got there to the gates, he was like, Minato and Kushina was like, Naruto, come back to the village. And Naruto was like, no. And then they was like, but we're your parents. He was like, oh, wow, oh my God, I didn't know parents were supposed to hate their kids when they're first born. And they were super shocked about this. And then they was like, how do you know about this? And then he was like, oh yeah, remember that masked man you left me with? Yeah, at least he takes care of me like I'm his son, unlike you. And then he was like, Minato was like, but still, we're your kids. I mean, we're your son, we're your parents. And then Kushina was like, yeah, we are. And I was like, well, don't talk to me, you red-haired demon. And he called Minato this piece of trash. So they both got mad, and then they was like, Naruto, come back to the village now. And Naruto was like, why should I? So you can hate me and abuse me without nobody knowing. And then they got super mad at this. And then they was finna hit him, but then Fu and Naruto body flickered past them. And then they were going to, we're gonna get to, this is where Sasuke comes in. Like, he comes in. He's important after this. Sasuke was heading home. He was heading home an hour earlier. Let's say they let him out of school early. So he was heading home, and then when he got there, he saw everybody, most of the Uchiha dead, someone slaughtering them. So then when he got to his house, he saw Itachi just about to kill his parents. Just about to. And he said, Itachi, stop. And Itachi was like, when did you get here, little brother? And he was like, Sasuke was like, Itachi, why are you doing this? And then Itachi was like, to test my power. And then Sasuke looked at his eyes, and he was like, yes, my Mangekyo has formed. And then Sasuke was like, but this isn't how you're supposed to do it. We're your family, aren't we? And he was like, maybe my family, but I still need to test my power. And then Mikoto and Fugaku was like, Sasuke, this is what has to happen. And then Sasuke was like, but no, but if you're gonna die, I'm gonna die with you. And Itachi was like, no. And then he put him in the genjutsu, and then he killed Fugaku and Mikoto. And then we're gonna get to the Suisui part 2 right here. So Suisui was, of course, walking through the village, and then he got attacked by Danzo. But Suisui was a little stronger at this point because he had to, Minato sent him out to find Naruto, so he had to train. So Danzo and the 10 Foundation members attacked what's his name? Shisui. And then Shisui was prepared because he felt some chakra coming fast. And then he was prepared. He already had his Mangekyo activated and ready to use his Susanoo. So when they attacked him, he activated his Susanoo to protect him. And then everybody, the Foundation member was like, Shisui, give Danzo your eyes. And then Shisui was like, why would I do that for a scumbag like him? And then Danzo came out of nowhere and was like, give me your eyes or your whole clan dies. And then somebody throws one of the foundation throws a kunai and gets it through the Susanoo and cuts one of his. You know how Iruka Sensei nose has that little cut? Yeah, he cuts one of the eyes like that, and then Shishui's bleeding out of one of his eyes. So that eye is like destroyed now. It's like super destroyed. And then this is where, you know where Itachi came after the Ambu? Yeah. So this is where it happens. And then he gives Itachi the eye. But when Shishui falls off the cliff, he senses chakra where Naruto's home is. Remember, Naruto's home is where Shishui fell off the cliff. So when he senses it, he body flickers there, and then everybody hears someone fall. So they walk out. Obito is like, "Who is this?" And Naruto's like, "I don't know." And then they bring him in the house. Of course, they put a seal on him where he can't move because they don't really trust him. So they bring him in the house, and he wakes up 2 days later. Naruto and Fu was taking care of him, and he was like, "Where am I?" And they were like, "Well, you fell into on our porch in the mountain, inside of the mountain." And he was like, "Oh, well, I body flickered here because I fell off the cliff on purpose to try to kill myself, but then I sensed chakra, so I just body flickered here and went unconscious." And he was like, "Oh, well, we can't really until you until I go ask my dad." And he was like, "Who's your dad?" Obito. And he was like, "Obito Uchiha." He was like, "I thought he died." And then Obito comes out like, "So you're an Uchiha, huh?" He's like, "Yeah." And then Obito was like, "Where's your eyes?" He's like, "One of them got destroyed, and the other, I gave it to my friend Itachi." Obito's good in this, so he because of Naruto, he has like a strong relationship with Naruto. So he's like, "Well, we can get your eye back if you wanted." He's like, "No, Itachi needs to find out what to do with it himself." And Naruto's like, "Dad, maybe I can ask the Nine Tails for some to heal his eyes." He's like, "But do you think the Nine Tails will give you some?" He's like, "I don't know. I never talked to him yet." Well, no, he has talked to him actually. He has talked to him. I don't know. So he gets to his mind scape. And it's like, Nine Tails. He was like, "Kurama." Because he knew the name because he talked to him before. He was like, "Kurama, can I get some chakra to heal this man Shishui?" He was like, "Sure." Like, you know, that little sure voice, like that deep voice. Yeah. So his Shishui got healed, and then he could see. He had his shouting gun back and all that. He could see, and he was like, "Where, how do I have my eyes back?" And Naruto was like, "Well, the Nine Tails helped me and I healed you with this chakra." And Shishu was like, "Thank you. Who are you?" And then Shishu was like, "Oh, you're Naruto, the runaway kid." He was like, "Yeah." And then Naruto activated his he has the Mangekyo from training with Obito. If I didn't say that in the last video, or he got it because remember he started training very hard. He got it, but he didn't use it in tuning exams because he didn't need to. Because when he uses the Mangekyo, when he uses his Susanoo, actually in the description, tell me what color Susanoo should be, either white or like a like you know how um, Kakashi Susanoo is the blue. Yeah, I like that, because I love, that's like my favorite Susanoo. I love the shurikens he used. They're so overpowered. Yeah. Either that one or the white Susanoo. His weapon, I think I'm gonna give him the same as. I think I'm gonna give him. I think I'm gonna give him the same thing as Kakashi's. So they cut. They're still talking, and then Shishui finds out that the clan was killed, and now we're gonna get back to the Itachi Sasuke thing. So Sasuke sees his parents die, and Itachi puts him under a genjutsu. Okay, and before he got put under the genjutsu, let's say he had one tumor in both eyes. Of course he has that. Okay, so when he gets put on the genjutsu, he forms the two tumor, and then when he forms it, Itachi gets proud of him, but he knows he has to go now because he just killed important weapons for the leaf. That's what the leaf always thought about, the Uchiha. So he left, but Sasuke's still under the genjutsu, so pretty much every time he goes to sleep, he gets that same genjutsu. That's how Itachi set it up. So when he went to sleep the first night, he didn't form the three tumor, or the second, or the third night. But when he got to the fifth night, he formed the three tumor in both eyes. Yes, he's still gonna get his running Sharingan, so he formed it in both eyes. And I think I'm gonna keep his Susanoo the same, but yeah, he can stay with the bow. He still will get the Inferno style. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. So what else? So then he leaves because he wants to get stronger. This is where he leaves the village. He runs into Naruto and Fu with Shishui, and Sasuke knows Shishui, of course. He's like, hey, he calls him. Let's just say he called him Shishui. He calls him Shishui. He's like, hey, Shishui, where did you go? And he was like, I was with these guys, Sasuke. And Sasuke was like, who are you? And I was like, Naruto Uzumaki. He still had that believe it thing. He's like, Naruto Uzumaki, believe it. No, he says Uchiha, because, yeah, Obito. He's like, Naruto Uchiha, believe it. And then Fu says, I'm Fu. I don't know her last name. What is her last name? Okay, I'm just gonna keep calling her Fu. So, Sasuke was like, so, and then she was like, why are you out here, Itachi? And Itachi, why are you out here, Sasuke? And Sasuke was like, well, Itachi killed the clan. And then Shishu was in shock. He was like, what? And then, so, Shishu really didn't get mad because he thought something was up because he knew Itachi really wouldn't do this. But Sasuke was super enraged. He wanted to kill him. So they went back to Naruto's house, and then Obito came. He was like, hey, Shishui, who is this? And he was like, well, this is my friend's brother, little brother. Sasuke Uchiha. And then I was just like, oh, another Uchiha. And um, he was like, do you have your Sharingan awakened? And then Sasuke was like, yeah, I have the three Tomoe. And then Shishu was super shocked. He was like, I thought you only had the one Tomoe before. Well, I formed my second, my two Tomoe when the first time I got put under the Genjutsu. And I formed my third after 5 nights of seeing the Genjutsu in my sleep. She was like, oh, he was like, what did you see in the Genjutsu? He was like, Itachi killing my family over and over. And she was like, oh. So then Tishu released it for him. And then, okay. And then Naruto was like, hey, Sasuke, wanna train? And then Fu was like, can I too? Come too? And then they was like, and Obito was like, you guys go train. I gotta talk to Shishui. So they're talking, they're like, we need to find Itachi and ask him. Well, Shishui was like, I need to find Itachi and ask him why did he do this? And Obito was like, okay, but if you leave, train my son Naruto and Fu and Sasuke into mastering the body flicker at least. So then they trained and trained. They all mastered it in the first day of them training. Like what? Cause they already knew it, but they just mastered it. Let's say Sasuke and Naruto are still the brothers, yeah. But Fu is the moon goddess. Kaigu, I think. I don't know. But of course, I'm pretty sure that is moon goddess. So they all rival in strength. Of course, Sasuke caught up with him very fast because he trained every night and tired himself out, of course, until he the only time when he stopped that when he had enough chakra to at least go back to the hidden place in the mountain, Naruto's home. So then he went back and was like, I'm home, but everybody was asleep, so they didn't hear him. But Naruto wasn't. He was waiting for Itachi. Sasuke, and he was like, Sasuke, you're home. Oh, I thought you were dead. And Sasuke was like, come on, Naruto, you know me better than that. And then Sasuke collapsed, and then Naruto was like, Sasuke, you need to calm down in your training. Naruto, and then Sasuke was like, but I gotta catch up to you two, huh? Because they're all rivals, like they're super rivals. Fu wakes up from the fall from Sasuke. I was like, what happened? What is going on? You know, rubbing her eyes and all that. And then Naruto was like, well, he overtrained again, like always. Fu said the same thing Naruto said. He was like, Sasuke, you need to calm down in your training. He was like, but I need to catch up to you and Naruto, right? She's like, oh, whatever. And then Naruto put Sasuke in the bed, back in his bed, and then the next, we're gonna say the next day, Shisui left to find Naruto. I mean, Itachi, and Sasuke are different people, and Naruto is too. Okay, Shisui left to find Itachi. So when he left, he said bye to everyone. He was like, bye, I'm gonna be... And they were like, why are you leaving, Shisui? Because Naruto calls him Big Bro Shisui. Fu does too. Sasuke just says Shisui. And they're like, why are you leaving? And he was like, I have to go find Itachi. And Sasuke was like, let me come with you. And then he was like, no, you're gonna try to kill him. I know you already, Sasuke. I'm just gonna find out why he did it and bring him back. And Sasuke was like, okay, if you bring him back, I get first dibs at least trying to kill him. And then Naruto was like, and Fu was like, pat their, they were like, and Shishu was like, Sasuke, no. He was like, okay, then I get to fight him first then. And then Shishu was like, okay, but it will at least take 2 to 3 years. And it was like, he was like, what? I'm gonna be 15. And like, well, I guess we're gonna be 15. And then we're gonna go 3 years later. They're all 15. This is Shippuden. This is where Shippuden goes. Naruto uses a sword. So does Sasuke. Fu doesn't. Fu uses Sinbad and Sinbad, of course, and then, well, not of course, but that's what I want her to use. They both, Sasuke and Naruto and Fu, are like a team, like, you know how Team 7 and all that. Yeah. They repainted the jackets, the vest, to have like, they put the Uchiha symbol on the back, of course. Actually, let's go back 1 year. Fu and Naruto start dating, because it was night. Naruto and Fu was watching the stars, like, you know how they lay down, people lay down and look at the stars. That's what they were doing, and then Naruto looked towards Fu. It was like, I think it's time, and Fu looked at him and he was like, what's up, Naruto? And Naruto was like, I think we need to talk. And Fu was like, okay. He was like, do you want to be my girlfriend? And Fu started blushing. So did Naruto. Fu blushed super hard, like super hard. And then Naruto blushed, but not like compared to Fu. Fu was like blood red blushing, like, yes, blood red. She was like, yes, Naruto. So she doesn't think, like, he nodded, of course, you know how to be like, so let's get back to that's the end of the flashback. So they're both 15. They're all, wait, is Hokage better than Sonic, or is Sonic better than, I'm gonna say Sonic's better than Hokage. So they're all, you know how Jonin and all that, so they're all high tier Sonic. We weren't just talking like that. They're all high tier Sonic. They all have the same amount of chakra as Hashirama Senju. Hashirama. Well, except for Fu and Sasuke. But Naruto does. Naruto knows their Sengan. Fu made her own type of thing. I'm gonna get back into that. And Sasuke knows the Chidori, of course. Let's see. Fu made combine both of them. Oh, no, let's not say that. She made her own out of, so she's like that. Yeah, we're gonna say she has a good affinity for Earth. No, not Earth, that Earth. What's the other one? Enlightening. Okay, yeah. We gonna say she also learns to sing on. Cause I really can't think of anything else to give her. They all have like their own. So Fu, she learned. Okay, Naruto learned Sage Mode. Fu learned Sage Mode, like Hashirama's. Of course, Naruto learned the Toad one. We just gonna say he found out of, I don't know, because he didn't train with Jiraiya, of course. Sasuke learned the Dragon Sage mode, yeah. Dragon Sage mode. And yeah, that's everything they learned over them 3 years. They mastered all the Sage moves. They're staying on. Sasuke has his Susanoo, his OG Susanoo. I still don't know what color to give. What color to make Naruto's white or the blue that Kakashi Susanoo has. Give me a weapon too. Like I should give for his Susanoo. I'm thinking the Tosca blade, but that not Itachi already has that. But we don't have to give him a blade because of the sword. Yeah, he's gonna. Yeah. So yeah, that's the end of this what if. Thanks for watching. If you did, please comment what color Susanoo, the white or the light blue that was on Kakashi Susanoo, and what weapon to give his Susanoo. Bye. Bye.